Hello everyone. In the last video we talked about closure set of attributes and the example and how to find candidate key. In this video we are going to be talking about and covering minimal cover for a set of functional dependencies. First of all, we will understand what is cover, then what is the equivalence set, and then followed by what is a minimal cover, and followed by many examples so that the concept becomes very clear and you can do any questions that are asked in any of these exams. So yeah, let's get started. So we will first start with the definition of cover. When do we say that a set of functional dependencies E is said to be covered by another set of functional dependencies F? We say that a cover of a set of functional dependencies E is another set of functional dependencies F is if any dependency in E is also in F plus. Okay, what I am saying is a cover for a set of functional dependencies E is another set of functional dependencies F such that every dependency in E is also in F plus. What does it mean? Let's say E is a set of functional dependencies, and let's say amongst all the dependencies that hold on E, that hold in E, A determines B is also in E, right? So if A determines B in E, so in F plus also if you determine A plus, the closure of A should also be able to give B, right? So this dependency, any dependency that is in E, might not be exactly there in A, like A gives B, but if we find out the closure of A in F, it should always be there. So what it means, every dependency in E can be inferred from F, or every dependency in E is also present in the closure of F, and any other such functional dependencies is present. For every functional dependency, we should be able to infer from F plus, right, or the closure of F, right? Then we say that F covers E. Okay, that is the cover. So what does it say? What does the definition say? A set of functional dependencies F is said to cover another set of functional dependencies E. F covers E if every FD in E is also in F plus. Every FD in E is also in the closure of F. Might not be directly present in F, but it is in the closure of F. Okay, that is, every dependency in E can be inferred from F. That is, given F, we can infer everything, right? Given F, every dependency in E can be inferred from F. Okay, so that we can also say that E is covered by F. E is covered by F, or F covers E, same thing. Okay, now let us talk about the equivalent set of functional dependencies. What is equivalent set of functional dependencies? Two functional dependencies E and F are said to be equivalent when the closure of E is equal to closure of F. What does it mean? It means that every dependency that can be inferred from E, or every dependency that is included in E, it can also be inferred from F, and every dependency that is in F can also be inferred from E, which means E covers F and F covers E. When both of these happen, then we say that these two set of functional dependencies are equivalent, which means the set of all dependencies that include E as well as that can be derived from E, and the set of dependencies that include F as well as the set of all dependencies that can be derived from F are equal. Okay, so let's see, two sets of functional dependencies E and F are equivalent if E plus is equal to F plus, which means every FD in E can be inferred from F and every FD from F can be inferred from E. Okay, so like let's say if these two are equivalent, every FD here can be found out by the closure of this, and every FD E in E can be found out by the closure of F. So both ways it is possible. Then we call it as equivalent set of FDs. Okay, equivalent set. Now we will talk about something called as minimal cover. Okay, so let us talk about what is minimal cover. Okay, so we just studied what cover is. Cover means every dependency in E is also in F plus, which means if we are finding a cover for a set of functional dependencies E, it is the set F plus such that every FD in E is also in F plus, or it can also be inferred from F. Now what is minimal cover? What does minimal mean? Minimal means that you cannot remove any dependency from F and still expect that will be able to cover E, right? So for example, for any set of functional dependencies E, we have figured out a cover F, which means that every dependency in E can be covered by F, or every dependency in E can be inferred from F, right? But what does minimal mean? Minimal means that this set cannot be reduced further. That is what minimal means. this set cannot be reduced further. That is, there are no redundant dependencies over there. That is, you cannot remove any functional dependencies from here. And if you remove any functional dependency from here, it will not be able to cover E. That is the minimal cover. Okay, or we can also say that we can also say that a minimal cover of any set of dependencies is the minimal set of dependencies that is equivalent. Right? So whenever it is asked to find a minimal cover for a set of functional dependencies, we try to reduce the functional dependencies in its minimal form, right? Which means we find another set of functional dependency that is equivalent to this particular set of functional dependencies and is also minimal. Okay, so what does the definition say? A minimal cover of a set of functional dependencies E is a minimal set of dependencies that is equivalent to F, right? Which means that particular set should be minimal. That is, it should not be able to be reduced further, and that set should still be equivalent to our earlier set, for which we are finding the cover. Okay, so we will see some examples. We will see, so it will be crystal clear. Don't worry about that. If you are not able to understand the definitions also, it's fine. So when do we say that a particular set of functional dependencies is minimal? So we have three properties that need to be satisfied for set of functional dependencies to be minimal. Okay, so what is the first property? Every dependency in F, where we are seeing F is the minimal cover. Okay, so every dependency in the minimal cover should have a single attribute for its right hand side. For example, if we are finding the minimal cover for this set of dependencies A, B, C, D, gives B, C, D, right? So this should not be the case. A determines B should be there, A determines C should be there, A determines D should be there. Using the decomposition rule that we studied in the inference rules for functional dependencies, we figured out that this is the way we can decompose the set of functional dependency, or we can decompose one functional dependency into many dependencies, right? If A can determine B, C and D, or everything, if A can determine B, the value of B, the value of C, the value of D, A can also determine, A can determine B, A can determine C, A can determine D individually, right? So we have to bring the set of dependencies in this form, that is one single attribute on the right hand side. What does second rule say? No redundant attributes on the LHS of NEFT. No redundant attributes, which means, let's say there is a functional dependency A, B, C gives D. Okay, now if A alone can determine D, let's say this also holds, this should not be true. If this is true, then it means that this functional dependency is redundant, because if A can alone determine D, A, B, C will definitely be able to determine D, right? This is always true, right? If A alone can determine D, A, B, C, D, E, whatever you say, it can definitely determine D, right? So all these are redundant attributes. So these should not be there. These two redundant dependencies should not hold together, right? So otherwise this particular dependency is redundant. So what we should do then, we should replace this type of redundancy with this, okay, and remove this or minimize this. Or if let's say A's closure gives A, B, C, then again this is redundant. Why? Because A itself can determine A, B, C, everything. Then A can definitely determine D, right? So this is how we remove the redundant set of attributes. Okay, we will see in the examples, it will be more clear. Now no redundant dependencies. Now redundant dependencies should not be there. Let's say A determines B is also there, B determines C is also there, then A determines C is also there. Okay, this should not be there, because if A determines B and B determines C are already there, then by transitivity rule A can already determine C, then these two, this is redundant, right? So this kind of dependencies should also not be there. So what we are essentially doing in finding the minimal cover is, we are trying to reduce, we are trying to bring that particular set of dependencies in standard form. It is also called as canonical form, where every right hand side has only one attribute, and that particular set also does not have any dependencies or any redundancies. Sorry, not any dependencies. That set should not have any redundancies. Okay, so no redundant attributes should be there and no redundant dependencies should be there. Okay, so these three rules we will see, and we will see more questions. Okay, so let us see these two questions. I have written properties here so that it is more visible and I can organize space well. Okay, so we are given these set of functional dependencies, and now we need to find the minimal cover. okay, of this set of functional dependencies, right? So let's go according to like sequentially in order of rules. What does first rule say? Every FD should have a single attribute on RHS. Now see every FD. B determines A, single attribute on RHS. D determines A, single attribute on RHS. AB determines D, single attribute on RHS, right? So we don't need to do anything as a first step. Second step, what does it say? No redundant attributes. Now whenever we talk about redundant attributes, we always talk about functional dependencies which have more than one attribute on the left hand side. So which dependency has more than one attribute on the left hand side? This one. So out of AB determines D, we will figure out whether both the attributes are needed or only one attribute is needed. Can we reduce it to A determines D or B determines D? Is it possible or is it not possible, or this is the minimal? Okay, so there are no particular redundant attributes and it cannot be reduced further. We need to see that, or it can be reduced to either of these dependencies. Now how to see that is, first you find the closure of A. Take one attribute from here, find the closure of A forget about this particular dependency and find the closure of A with respect to this. What does A give? A gives only A. If you remove this, anyways with this also A cannot give anything. B determines A, B we don't have. D determines A, D we don't have. So A can only determine A. So it cannot be A, so we cannot reduce it to A determines D. Okay. Now find out B closure. What does B give? If we remove these dependencies, what does B give? B determines A. B determines B by reflexive rule. Now B determines A also. Done. So if B determines A by itself, it means that B can determine BA. We can say that if you understand it more, want to understand more comprehensively. B determines BA or B determines AB. Even if I change order, it does not matter. B determines AB. We can write based on this. Now B determines AB and AB determines D. If we combine these two functional dependencies, what we get? It is transitivity. B determines AB, AB determines D. What we can reduce it to? Okay. So this is the dependency that we have reduced. So now there are no redundant attributes, no possibility of redundant attributes, because there are no additional functional dependencies that have two attributes on the left hand side. So this is how we reduce. So second step is done. Now no redundant dependencies. Now how to check this? To check redundant dependencies, what we do is we will remove that particular dependency and see if the closure contains that attribute that the dependency is determining. It means that particular functional dependency can be removed and is redundant. For example, let's say if we can remove this, let's see if we can remove this. What can be determined if I remove this? If I remove this, we have these two dependencies as of now, right? This and this. Okay, so if I remove this, what can B determine A? B can determine B, B can determine D, D can determine A. Yes, B can determine A even if I do not include it, right? So with this only we can say that B can determine A, right? With this what we can say, B determines A. So this is not required. So what is that? And any other dependency, let's say now this is removed, only these two remain, right? So can we remove D determines A? If I remove D determines A, then D plus cannot derive A, right? So this cannot be removed. Let's say B determines D, can we remove? If I remove this, with this only functional dependency, can I derive D? No, only B can be derived. So we cannot remove this also, right? So only this dependency can be removed and this can be shortened, and this is what is the minimal cover, okay, for this set of functional dependencies. Got it? Now let's see another question. It will be more clear. So first step, every FD should have a single attribute on RHS. Every FD should have single. Does this FD have single attribute on RHS? No. It gives A determines B. We can break it as A determines B and A determines C. Fine? Decomposition rule, right? A determines B and A determines C. And what others? Others only have one attribute on the right hand side, so we don't need to change anything. Okay? Now what the second step says, no redundant attributes. Are there any FDs that have that have more than one attributes on the left hand side? Because if only one attribute is there on the left hand side, it cannot be redundant. Either that functional dependency itself is redundant, but not the attribute. Okay, so only this particular functional dependency has two attributes on the left hand side. So let's see for this if the attributes are redundant. Let's find out a plus after removing this particular functional dependency. Remove this and find a plus in this. A includes B, A can derive B, A can derive C, right? So A can derive B, A can itself derive B, so we cannot, so we don't need this, because A can derive AB. Now again you can see it as A can derive AB. From this we can infer that A can determine AB and then AB determines C. Then according to transitivity, what we can say, A determines C. So this is how it can be reduced. From AB determines C to A determines C, we can reduce it. Now, any other functional dependency that has two attributes on the left hand side? No. So first, second step is done. Now no redundant dependencies itself. Now if you see clearly, A determines B, A determines C, B determines C, A determines C. Right? Now this you see is already happening twice. So one we can remove. This is redundant. Even if I remove this, A plus will be able to give C. So this I will remove. Now we have three dependencies. A determines B, A determines C, and B determines C. Now let's see if this is redundant. If this is redundant, what does it mean? Even if I remove this, I can determine B. If I remove this, can I determine B? A can determine A. A can determine C, but it cannot determine B. So this is not redundant. Now next dependencies, is A determines C redundant? Let's see. A can determine B if I remove this, and B can determine C, right? So this is again redundant. So what is the answer? A determines B and B determines C. This is the minimal cover, which is the set of dependencies that is minimal and is equivalent. Equivalent means both lead to the same set of functional dependencies, right? Both form the same set of closure of functional dependencies, just that this is minimal. It is also called as canonical form or standard form, so do not get confused. It is also called as canonical cover. Canonical cover, minimal cover, all the same names. Okay, so this is how you find out. So let us see this question. What does this question say? It says that tell whether AB determines C, D determines E, E determines C is the minimal cover for the set AB determines C, D determines E, AB determines E, and E determines C. Okay, this was asked in GATE 2014. Okay, now let's see how to do this. Every FD should have a single attribute on RHS. Let's first write what is the set for which minimal cover is required. AB determines E, E determines C. Okay, now every FD should have single attribute. Now single attribute, single attribute, single attribute, single attribute. So we don't need to do anything as the first step. Second step says no redundant attributes. No attribute should be redundant. So where redundancy can come? In this particular FD and this particular FD, because only these two FDs have more than one attributes on the left hand side, right? So let's see if for AB determines C, if we can eliminate one of those attributes. Let's find out A. If this is not given, what is A? A closure, sorry. A closure, A determines A. Anything else? No. Now B, what is the closure of B? B, if we remove this, what can be determined? Nothing. So none of these are redundant in this particular functional dependency. Now let's see for this particular functional dependency. Calculate A plus. Remove this and calculate A plus. A plus can determine A. Anything else A can determine? No. What can be determined? B can determine? What can be determined? A we don't have. D we don't have. This we are skipping, and this no. A can only determine A and B can only determine D. If A could determine B also or B could determine A also, then we could have reduced it. Then one of these attributes would have been redundant. But since that is not the case, it's not there. There are no redundant attributes there. Now let's see if there are redundant functional dependencies. Okay. Redundant functional dependencies. Let's see if this particular FD can be removed. How can it be removed? If I find out the closure of AB plus by not taking this functional dependency into consideration, can I find AB gives C? Can I determine C? AB plus gives what? Reflexive rule, AB gives AB. Now this we are not considering. D determines E, D we don't have. AB determines E, that we have. E determines C, E we have, E determines C. So AB determines C. From this closure, what we can infer that AB can determine C. So this functional dependency is not needed and is redundant. Even if we remove this functional dependency, we can still derive that AB can determine C. Right? So this particular functional dependency we can remove. Let's see if any other functional dependency, sorry, I removed the question only. Should not remove this. Okay, so this is the set that we have as of now. Now let's see if any of these functional dependencies can be removed. Let's find out D plus without taking into consideration this particular function. Can D determine anything else? No. Let's say AB, let's see, right? What can AB determine? If I remove these dependencies, can AB determine E? AB cannot determine anything because only AB, D we don't have, E we don't have. AB can only determine AB. So this cannot be removed. Now E determines C. E determines C. Can this particular functional dependencies be removed? Dependency be removed. Let's say E plus. Let's find out E plus. What does E gives? If this we remove, what can E give? E cannot give anything. So E determines C is valid and is not redundant. So this will be our minimal cover. Now what is the question asking? Tell whether AB determines C. Do we have AB determines C here? No, we don't have. So this is not minimal. Or you can check for the D determines E, this is there, E determines C, this is there. But this is not here. So AB determines E is not covered by any functional dependency in this particular set. That's why this is not a minimal cover for this particular functional set of dependencies, right? This is the minimal cover. Okay, this is it for today's video. If you want me to do more questions on this particular topic or any topic, let me know in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.